Trying to get this DJI Mac to working on this iPhone. We'll see how she works out. It's bright. Top of the day. Top of the day. About like Danny at Deep South Homestead. It's getting dry. Now I watered this yesterday. A little moisture in there. I'm gonna go over here where I didn't water. Now this is since the last rain. In the sun. See, there's moisture in there. There's one of her buddies on that leaf right there. I despise them. Watch this. Not too many on there. Pretty good indicator. If you've got Japanese beetles on, you can give it a shake, you'll see them balling off. A little pinch of that lemon basil. Citrus basil. And then Greek basil, those three, and then at the very end, one this way, starting right here, that little weak one there, out through there, or part of them. I think these two in the front is pesto basil, and then the other ones over there and through here, 5 or 6 of them is sweet basil. I couldn't think of the pesto basil the other day. I don't know if there's anything down in here. Let's just dive in there and see. Look how in there. That in there, see, needs to come off of there. That didn't get pollinated. If them don't get pollinated, more than likely, that's what happened. Those, don't leave them on. Get them off if you see them. Beets. That's the last of the potatoes that we planted. I'll tell you one thing. This year, the potato bugs has been in royal form. And believe me, I've been fighting them. We've got some Swiss chard down through here. A potato patch. Won't be long till they'll all need to come out of there. Let's go look at the asparagus. Castor beans. Mole beans. Poison beans, what I call. Right here, Stephanie has she's worked on this asparagus patch, and I had done give up on it. I thought, well, it's over. But she got out here and worked and pulled all these little critters like that up, and but you got to stay after them. That's something I don't really. But I planted this one, and of course, this is the new Purple Passion patch. And what it looks like the first year when you plant it is that right there, little bitty asparagus. That's why lots of people think they can plant it the first year and eat it. You really shouldn't touch this for 3 years. It's nothing there to eat, little spindly thing. But what happens is the asparagus absorbs all this sunlight, and that goes to the root, builds a root system. That is, if we don't, if we keep the weeds out of it. I'm shooting with my imagination here because there's no way in this bright sun that I can see this monitor. So we'll just keep shooting and hope it does all right. Every once in a while I have to reset that bugger. Let's go look at the honeybees. See if they're working today. That's a swarm I caught earlier. We was going to pick poke, and I cut our poke picking short because we run into a big cluster of bees and a swarm of bees and had to stop to get them. But anyway, that's full of honey now. That's good. Got some little pecans coming on. That pecan tree's turned into a fairly decent tree. Let's sneak down through the corn patch here. And I checked earlier. I hope this mic ain't blowing you out. See, there's a volunteer tomato. It don't hurt to leave stuff when it comes up. Just leave it alone. It'll eventually come on and make some food. There's corn in here. Some of it is already starting to put silk on it. You can see right in here, that's where the ears of corn more than likely will start before long. Right in there now. You can see some silk right there. This corn is, there's some more silk right there. But it's like it's planted at different stages. It's not going to come in all at once. Some of it's not even, this barely starting to tassel. Some of it's up there pretty good, and some of it is actually got silk on it. So I'm a betting that this corn, I won't mention it. I was going to say I didn't think it'd do too well, but maybe it will. I should have a positive attitude on it. Maybe it'll be all right. I've watered this garden several times, and if I hadn't them, I guess it'd been a desert through here right now. But it's still not doing the way it should. Stuff's not thriving like it should. Not thriving like it should. Got a few peppers right through there, jalapenos. They're growing a little. To me, stuff's not growing like it should. I mean, I've seen worse times, I've seen better. I knowed this was loaded, simply loaded with persimmons, and actually it still got all it needs to be on there, but it shed, I'm gonna say, it shed probably 70% of what was on there. Anyway, they're on there. And then, now, these chestnut trees, whether they produce anything will be yet to be seen, because it's because they've got burrs on them don't mean they'll have chestnuts in them. There's several chestnuts up there on this tree, more than there's ever been. I started that from seed, all 4 of these. 1, 2, 3, 5 of them. Planted 5 chestnuts, got 5 trees. Not bad. Right here, a blueberry and another blueberry. This is kind of what I think Danny is talking about, Deep South Homestead. He's in the midst of a drought. Lots of stuff dying. Look at that. That's bone dry. And that happened within a week. And she picked blueberries off that. It never was in that good a shape. But what I don't understand, there's a blueberry bush. Here's a blueberry bush. There's a dead blueberry bush. And over there's a live blueberry. But anyway, that's the way she goes. I'll go over here and show you something right quick. I've said several times that this was kale, and wrong I was. I remember now. This is kohlrabi. You can see the kohlrabi. I guess you can see it. There's kohlrabi bulbs forming in there. So that's kohlrabi. I pulled some of it out, and because it's way too thick in here. I pulled some out and transplanted out in the garden, me and Allie. But it don't seem to want to take off too well. The poor little greenhouse. Got to be watered. It's dried out. This is hard to turn loose of these little plants when you've got them. There's some sweet potatoes that I put in there and trying to get started. And that stuff is in dire need right now. Well, it's still moist. At least one of them's trying to sprout. Yeah, Lord God, I've got to water this or it's going to be dead next hour or so. It's just is exactly what it is. And that's the way it'll stay. Okay, that's it.